They'll just unload everything they can. It's pretty brutal. It's pretty nice to watch. But let's take a look. This is going to be map number 2. We did miss out on the first one, but it's going to be 1 point in favor of the PowerPoint Sorcerers. They can take this. They'll move on to the semifinals and take out Legendary, which would be a little bit of an upset.
Oh, whoa, sniping. Lands the axe on Ninjas and snares him up. Ooh, hits the counter, but Shifu is not going to target Bako. Oh, nice Petrified. Ninjas is so great at the Petrifieds, man.
There's the bulwark. It has come out, but now we're going to see if Ninjas is going to be able to deal with Game Fiend.
Oh, did take the bait. Oh, gets hit by the second one, though. Center orb going to go to reap what you sow. Shifu is really great at taking care of those.
He is. That M2 just so strong. He's got to be careful. The bulwark's coming out there. It is the bulwark counter. At the same time, a little bit of a stare down. Ninja does have his ultimate already, and there it is. Now the space bar's down. They're going to double ultimate through Bako, through the barrier. Finland has to be careful. The bulwark is out. The Petrify on 2 of them.
They're sharing a bit of a communal moment. Both getting stoned up there. All right.
Oh, Finland's got to be careful. The barrier is out. He does not want to hit that bulwark. Ninja did not try and use that charge on him. There's the
gets a jump too.
Oh, the in cap on him. The bulwark does come out. Now that it's down, they're just going to change targets. He tried to get the pull, actually. That was the EX pull. Oh, it's so close. He has to use the war shot. He has no health left.
He has no banana. Wait, so he's going to pop. Oh, no. The Clarity Potion doesn't get the immaterial. I think that's what Game Fiend was hoping for. Will land the Panic Flask. There finally is the immaterial. And Reap What You Sow came so close to death. He stared him right in the face and said, no, not today. Reap What You Sow and Ninjas. Wow, and in the second map, Legendary starts out the first round. Close shave, man.
Very much so. And just to reiterate, folks, again, we're sorry, but I think a game happened a little bit off stream before we were able to get to them. So PowerPoint Sorcerers won the first map off stream, and now we're going to see them and Legendary. We're going to see if they're going to be able to knock out Legendary early on. But a team this high pressure can easily turn it around no matter what's going on. We didn't get to see how close map number 1 was, so we have no idea. But we can at least see how it goes on from here.
Oh, again, 2 for 2.
Finn left. He's going to get healed back up, so it's not going to do a whole lot but slow him down. He's trying to go on Game Fiend. He did not want to hit that bulwark. Finlev is just waiting for his opportunity to use it. He does get weakened.
He jumps up, and that's going to buff his axe up a bit, but he gets petrified.
What a timing.
Game Fiend has to really decide what his resources are.
Oh,
God.
You have to be careful, Lucy. As soon as your ally is gone, they are just going to go in on you. The counter will get procced. Uh-oh, Game Fiend, his barrier's down as well. So is the war shot. Deadly Injecto. The heals will go through. Will he get the weaken? He does. And the M2 and the ultimate. Lucy goes down. Absolutely melted.
There is no healing in the world that can save you from a Shifu and a serious beating on you, especially when you have that weakened debuff on. 50% reduced healing is nothing to laugh at. And Reap What You Sow and Ninjas just cleave away and make short work of Game Fiend. I have to wonder what it was they found in the first map that gave them so much success, or if it was something where Reap What You Sow and Ninjas again pulled out a side composition to try to see what they could do. That is something that they do.
Yeah, they pulled that out last time. They definitely tried something new. I think it was Jamong and Uldur. They pulled out the Jamong Uldur combo. Didn't do so hot. Then turned it around with their standard comp of Sirius and Shifu, and then proceeded to shred through everyone in front of them.
One of the things I think is by far the best that Reap What You Sow and Ninjas do is use CC. Their CC is so on point, well-timed, and in very good situations, and to trade out against cooldowns, it's so hard to avoid Ninja's Petrifieds because they're always timed at such awkward moments for their opponents. I like it. Nice use of the Blast Shield. Pushes Ninja's away. He holds strong on his weapon charge and still holds it. Does land the weaken, but there's no Clarity Potion now.
Oh, they just turn on Finlev instead once they realize Game Fiend was going to try and get away. He has just enough now for the roll. We're going to see him jump in, but now they're just going to leave his ally alone. Will he get the orb? Looks like Shifu is going to be able to M2 through that. Oh, he just missed the pull, though. He's not able to put the pressure on Finlev. A lot of missed abilities, but it doesn't seem to do a whole lot for them. He does have a full stick of butter. He does get an ultimate on a Finlev who did have to jump through, but he gets canceled out and then bulwarked. But there's the weaken and the in cap.
There's no charge strike for Sirius just yet, but Shifu is not, or rather Bako is not long for this world. And he's going to have to kite really hard to get out of this scenario. Game Fiend is going to be in trouble in the meantime.
Oh, it does get pulled and then M2 through. Finlev is going to try and get this orb, and they will not be able to, and he's going to get shredded as well. 3 rounds in a row. Legendary is going to take map number 2, tie it up. I wish we could have seen the first one. I wish we'd known what had happened. We are sorry, folks. Trust me, we're just as sad as you that we didn't get to see it.
1-on-1 tied up. And, you know, I think it stands to be reiterated that I don't feel like there's any other Shifu Sirius in the world that can play as well as Legendary does. And certainly nobody has attempted it, right? For some reason, people have abandoned the composition. And I don't think it's necessarily for the worst reasons at all. There were more Shifu series comps before, when BattleRekt first started, it was kind of a little more popular than it is now, but for the large part, nobody's playing it anymore. The only people who play it is Legendary. And I have to think about that and wonder, you know, Shifu currently I think is a pretty high-performing character. He's got good uptime, has good options, good defensively, good aggressively, can do CC, has orb control. There's a lot of things going for Shifu. But in many of the Shifu compositions, Sirius is certainly not the partner. And I think Bruce Lee kind of makes popular the most effective Shifu comp, which I believe to be Shifu Esmo or Shifu Lucy, kind of one of those two combinations. But this is Shifu Sirius. This is kind of, well, it's silly to say because the game is so new, but what I would consider old school cleaving, right? Shifu Sirius is all about kind of just methodical aggression. And I don't think anybody does it quite as well as Legendary does.
And not only that, but they can just chain up the CC and deal massive amounts of damage. We're going to see in round 2, when they just CC Bako and just go for Lucy instead. They do a good job of getting rid of one just to start shredding the other. Look at that health.
So quick to fall. And I think when you're weakened up, you can't trade out. You just cannot. You do so little healing. On top of the fact that you have 2 high damage burst melee characters on top of you, the Panic Flash into the counter is absolutely deadly. 1 less cooldown for you to save yourself, and 1 more cooldown that your opponent gets to really ramp up damage. The weapon charges that Shifu gets off of it is just so good. Oh, the weakened. And here comes the Impale. Whirling Blade. Oh. Goodbye. Lines up the banana as well. Eat your fruits.
And there's something that I watch ninjas do specifically. I think a lot of serious, just, I mean, more in like casual play, I suppose, use their petrifies for initiation. They'll kind of throw a few out there, see who they can grab, and then they'll jump. What he actually does is they'll engage first. They'll do what they can, and then as soon as he sees the mobility gone for Bako, he'll place it underneath him, place the petrify underneath him. Then he knows for a fact he's going to capitalize on it. It's going to be significant, and they can already start planning ahead as opposed to hoping somebody gets caught by it. So they don't use it for initiation. They use it after they've engaged, pulled a few cooldowns out of their belts, force their opponents to move around, then he puts it underneath them, and then they go for their ally.
Yeah, I really like the way that Repo Yusou Ninjas employs their composition. Now they go to map 3, and they're tied up 1-1. That looked very convincing for Legendary, though.
The Legendary.
Legendary. Right. Finlev and Game Fiend, though, they're no joke. I mean, if you've seen their streak, you know that they're very good players. But you're not second in points in North America for nothing.
We will see if this aggressive comp is going to work out. No swaps on either side. Finlev going to remain on Bako. Oh, he does miss his dash, though. That's going to leave Game Fiend all alone until he can get there. He does space bar, but there it is. The follow-up by the Petrify, but he will get Clarity Potion, so Finlev can keep the pressure up. Ninjas cancels right out of that counter as well.
Nice.
Oh, followed by an in-cap anyways. It doesn't matter. Lucy can't get out. And then somehow Repo Yusou was able to iframe his Harpoon over the Panic. That was fantastic.
Nice. The double incapacitate will really help Game Fiend kind of re-secure footing here, but they might have already lost too much health. The Blast Shield is well-timed. It's going to stop Ninjas from getting that charge strike off.
Oh, couldn't go through.
And I wonder if it might be better for Game Fiend to wait a little bit on that Blast Shield. Oh, and he's going to roll away because Ninjas is so patient. You see in that scenario, the Game Fiend spent the Swift Roll as well. Oh, the big whiff, and that's a full stick of butter on the floor. People are crying. That's not good.
Oh, here comes the double ultimate. There it is, just slowly melting the boat. Oh my God, just getting safe on the bulwark, but it's not going to be enough now. Game Fiend all alone will get an ultimate and then shredded by an R.
Butter is an important resource. You really do not want to waste it. The fact that Finlev whiffed and went past meant that positioning was actually terrible for him. Just swapped sides and ended up the furthest distance away from Game Fiend possible. And Game Fiend just ended up getting into a bad 2v1 situation. Finlev had to spend mobility to get back and then was just stuck in Whirling Blade plus Astral Beam, I believe. And he was merged. The sun and the stars merged together and beamed them away.
The sun and the stars. I love his voice acting. Like, whoever did his voice acting is just like awesomely epic.
Maybe one day we could
such a cool way. Yeah, yeah. Stunlock.
That would be fun.
You hear me.
Stunlock, please.
But already, so quickly, Game Fiend got shredded through that. Finlev has to be careful when he uses that space because he knows it will shortly there be followed. What? Repo Yusou iframing over that with his Harpoon. There goes the Petrify to try and zone.
Oh, but it didn't work. Ninjas is actually with the charge shot, and Game Fiend is going to get a lot of survivability off of that. Finally,
but then he hits the counter. He'll get weakened. We see them heals come up. Oh, the orb's gonna get pushed by Finlab. Oh, he wasn't able to grab it and gets sniped by the spacebar from Sirius. Immediate ultimate. Game Fiend slowly getting melted down.
Nice, and the incapacity is going to allow Reaper to catch up. And now I think it's bad news bears for Game Fiend. Oh god, and he's weak and he can't heal. He needs to get Land CC and he does, and Philip peels off.
Oh no, he hit the counter!
Sirius can choose where he goes after that counter, so Sirius was very close. Oh god, that's a wall!
No.
And that's
so close.
tough.
Finlab, you can tell he's feeling a little
tough.
defeated after that. He does get a good bulwark afterwards though. Followed by Space, but Ninja's gonna get right out of it and just go straight for Game Fiend underneath his nose, trying to take out his ally, and he's gonna go down.
180 bananas. That was crazy. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's two. And there's the jump, but I think it's a little bit too much.
He just dealt a lot of damage there at the end, though.
He was cleaving.
He was cleaving his heart out. If he actually could have pulled that off on that initial ultimate, could have helped even out the playing field and forced Legendary to play a little bit slower. But they're actually a team that even with low health, they still just play their full game. They go ham.
Yeah. Finliv and Game Fiend really need to recollect themselves and figure out their game plan here. I think that they're leaking a lot of center orbs, they're taking a lot of damage, and Ninjas is playing so patiently. Game Fiend needs to recognize and be brave. It's hard to let Sirius get up close to you and just do nothing and wait patiently, but Ninjas is patiently waiting, and so when Game Fiend spends cooldowns, Ninjas basically holds his charge shot, turns around to Baco, and gets the weaken anyways, and I think that's really hurting them.
The bulwark is out, the space bar is there, it is, followed immediately. He put it down as soon as he was landing, trying to get that. He will get clarity pushing down. The counter won't get procced, but they're just going to, again, just go straight for Game Fiend, turn their targets immediately. The bulwark comes out, but it does not get hit. No stun will follow, and Game Fiend has to use his barrier on himself. Finlev will get out of that Petrify while also pushing Repuchuso out, but he does a full ultimate. He's going to hold through that bulwark, force the spacebar away. They're just putting so much pressure.
Oh my god, through the body of Finlev, and Repuchuso and Ninjas will still get the center orb, and now Game Fiend is in a ton of trouble. I don't know how much more mobility there is. Ninjas is going to spend his spacebar, get snared up. Oh no, and they hit the counter. Oh, nice.
Oh, good save by Finlev, but it might not be enough. Now Repuchuso's when his counter gets procced. He actually does pull him away, but now Game Fiend is alone. Can they take out Ninjas in time?
Nice.
Maybe make it a 2v1.
Oh no, that was awkward. They needed to get the candy, but Finlev and Game Fiend both needed it. Oh, there's a push.
Oh!
They get it. That might be the little bit of healing that Finlev needs.
No, the counter gets procced. Be careful.
Oh, he tries to go for the Mario jump, doesn't get the incapacitate. There's a Petrify, will get hit by it. Oh, Game Fiend is in trouble. There's so much butter on the floor.
Game Fiend, can you survive? Nice. Oh, he does. He gets him. Followed by the ultimate by Baco. Now it is a 2v1. He's in the ultimate, but he imitates.
Oh, God,
no. There's the counter ultimate. He shreds through him in the Lucy ult, and that'll be 3-0.
You're playing BattleRekt, but Repuchuso is playing Beyblades.
Legendary are going to take that 2 maps to 1. PowerPoint Sorcerers did a great job. They got close in a few rounds, but again, Legendary's pressure proves time and time again to be incredible. And as you mentioned, this team comp, we don't see anyone else playing it. There's something they're doing right that other people can't pull off, but it's working.
It's working. I like it so much.
It's working.
The execution from Repuchuso and Ninjas, and I feel like they've improved over the course of BattleRekt as well. When we first saw them in BattleRekt, they were very much just relying. I think it was a little bit of a crutch for them. They were relying on the damage that they could do. Shifu and Sirius in many ways does an overwhelming amount of damage, and if you're not trading out your cooldowns right and recognizing the scenarios where you're in trouble, because they can very quickly switch targets or choose a different target to go on and do a ton of damage to them. If you're not aware of these scenarios, you can fall behind very quickly, and then it's just easy for them to maintain momentum.